thank you for taking the time and making the effort to be a part of Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania sports and entertainment history. We are standing at center ice, where the puck will be dropped in 2010 in front of Sidney Crosby, right here in this beautiful piece of dirt. And I ask you Penguin fans back there in the back, have you ever seen a more beautiful slab of dirt in your life? No. It's a great day for hockey, but more than that, it's a great day for the citizens of Pennsylvania and the tri-state area for that matter, because it's not just a hockey arena for which we will be breaking ground today with these shovels that are actually hockey sticks. It's a multi-purpose arena to be enjoyed by millions of patrons for many, many decades to come. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be here and witness this groundbreaking. It's a great, great moment, and I'm proud to be here as well. Penguins fans, first and foremost, of course, this is the new home of your Pittsburgh Penguins. And this is your first chance to make some noise in your new arena, so let's consecrate this ground right here and create some proper positive energy with a little Let's Go Pens from the back, please. Let's go Pens! Let's go Pens! Let's go Pens! Yeah. Thank you. I'd like to introduce now a man who's going to be working very hard over the next couple of years to oversee this project. He is the chairman of the Sports and Exhibition Authority here in the city and county, and his name is John Chalovich. John, come on up.
Good morning. On behalf of the Sports and Exhibition Authority, I would like to welcome you to the groundbreaking of the new arena. The Sports and Exhibition Authority will be the owner of the new arena, and the Penguins will be the long-term tenant. By long-term, I mean they are committed to playing this new arena for at least 30 years. And I would now like to introduce the great governor of our state, Governor Ed Rendell.
Good morning, everyone. This is a wonderful day for the city of Pittsburgh, for Allegheny County, for this entire region, for the Commonwealth, and for people who love great hockey all over the country. And the Penguins have become almost America's team when it comes to hockey. And so many people from other states who are hockey fans mentioned to me the incredible Stanley Cup Finals and the heart and the passion that the Penguins showed all the way up to the final buzzer. So it's a great day for hockey fans all over the country. I just want to make a couple of points and thank three groups that I think were essential to having us here. You know, when the issue of expanded gaming was brought before the legislature, I guess mostly by me, there were all sorts of different thoughts and views and opinions expressed all around the state. And there were many people against it. And it was a difficult vote for many legislators to approve expanded gaming for Pennsylvania. But one of the things I told the members of the legislature was that in addition to all the other benefits, property tax reduction, which 300,000 senior citizens saw last year, and all Pennsylvanians are going to see this year in step one of the property tax reduction. But in addition to that, in addition to the jobs that would be created and the tax benefits that would come from these new establishments, that there was an economic development part of the act that would allow us to do so many new things that we might not otherwise be able to do with state funds. And one of them was the economic development program, where 5% of the revenues are taken and put into an economic development fund. Well, let the record show that we wouldn't be here today without expanded gaming, because expanded gaming has allowed us to do the lion's share of the debt service, direct money from the Economic Development Fund, as well as money that we got from consideration in granting one of the licenses. Without that money, we're not here today. Simple as that. Without that money, we're not here today. So I thank the members of the legislature for their courage in voting yes on what I think will benefit the citizens of this Commonwealth for decades and decades to come. Secondly, I want to thank the ownership of the Penguins, starting with Mario Lemieux and Ken Sawyer. and all the owners, because they could have made money maybe in greater amounts, but certainly had money returned to them more quickly had they left and gone to Kansas City. I don't know if the fans here or the citizens of the area know just how good an offer Kansas City's offer was, just how highly subsidized it was by that community, by that city, and by that state. But the ownership wanted to try as hard as they could to stay here. And they didn't ask us to match Kansas City dollar for dollar. They asked us to put a proposal up that would come close and allow the team to grow economically, give them the power to continue signing the best and the potential stars in the hockey world. And their commitment to this area, particularly Mario's, is the second reason that we are here. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. When the Pens were making their run to the Stanley Cup, it didn't matter who you are. You could have been the richest executive in Pittsburgh. You could have been a guy who worked at a shoe shine parlor. You all had a common bond. You all had a common goal. You all had a sense of pride about this community because of a sports team. Nothing in our experience can bind a community together and create that sense of pride and place as sports can. And so this is a big victory for us because we are keeping Major League Hockey in Pittsburgh for decades and decades to come, and keeping one of the best young teams and one of the best franchises in Pittsburgh for decades and decades to come. So congratulations, everyone.
You're watching the groundbreaking ceremony for Pittsburgh's new arena. We'll have more of this FSN special presentation right after this.
I want to just reiterate a few things that the governor pointed out. In my years in elected life in southwestern Pennsylvania, nothing can compare to this process of getting to this point today. It took so many different turns and so many different twists, and there were many days that I think everybody standing here today really questioned, were we ever going to get an arena built, and were we going to be able to keep the Penguins here? And I want to recognize the fans, because in my years, I have never been lobbied with emails, letters, phone calls, personal stops on the street. And let's just say that you were very aggressive about your points about keeping the Penguins here. And that went a long way in keeping us focused on the issues. And you should be congratulated. And I want to thank the 3 or 4 of you that actually emailed me after the fact and said thank you. That was great too. Thank you. It was an interesting process, but we're here today not just to guarantee Penguin hockey for the next 30-plus years, not just to see a new building, but this is a significant economic development project for the city, for the county, for southwestern Pennsylvania. If you look at this site that we're standing on right now, this is where the building's going to be. But if you look at the ancillary developments around it and what's going to happen and what's happening across the street and right up the street and down here, you really are experiencing another renaissance in this area of the state. And this is going to be a key anchor tenant of all that economic development. And I don't even want to think about what would have happened if we were here debating the other issue, what to do with an old building because a franchise left. This is great news for southwestern Pennsylvania. I also want to thank the team, because in addition to the fans, we were talking with the ownership and the staff on a daily basis through this whole process. And there were good days, there were bad days, there were days that we were laughing, days that we were screaming, days that we were swinging, I'm sure. I want to thank Mario for always being the professional that he is in this process and keeping the faith that we could get this done. David Morehouse, who I knew, and we knew each other well before the roles that we hold right now, and his calmness that he brought to the process as we were going through this. And I want to give a special thanks to Ken Sawyer, who had to really grind out the numbers as we continually changed them on them almost on a daily basis, and not giving up, but going back to the table over and over and over again to get this done. And I would say don't underestimate what the governor said about gaming. We simply did not have the local money to build this facility. It didn't exist. And if you look at the other sports franchises and the sports facilities, that was at a time when we had a local match that we could put in. That didn't exist anymore. If gaming didn't come forward, I really believe we would not be standing here today and it plays a key part in the revitalization of this region, and a key part of putting in the local piece that we simply just didn't have with some of the other issues that we're struggling with. So it is very important. I also want to thank the mayor, my partner in a lot of the economic activity that goes on in southwestern PA, and particularly in the city of Pittsburgh, Mayor Ravenstahl. Most of you probably don't remember this. When I started this process as county executive with the governor, it started with Mayor Murphy, Mayor O'Connor, and then Mayor Ravenstahl, and all of us had one thing in common, and our focus was to make sure we get this done and get the best deal possible for the taxpayers, and to make sure that we lock in the Penguins and they remain a Pittsburgh franchise for as long as we can see in the future, and that has been accomplished. So to everybody that came forward to do this, thank you very much. This is a great day for all of us. And to you fans, we'll see you at the parades this year, hopefully on a happier note. Thank you, everyone. And I have the honor of introducing the next speaker. And as I said, the two of us meet almost like on an hourly basis, but we're together weekly, daily, on a lot of different issues. And he came in, he got caught up on all the issues quickly, and became a very valuable partner in this whole process, and that's the mayor of the city of Pittsburgh, Mayor Ravenstahl. Mayor?
Want to also thank the Penguin Ownership Group, Ron Burkle, Mario Lemieux, David Morehouse, Ken Sawyer, always professionals in every single negotiation that we had. We had some ups and downs and some turns along the way that we didn't anticipate, but we all knew that our goal was to be standing here today, breaking ground on a new arena, and certainly want to thank them all for the work that they've done to make today a reality. I want to also thank all the elected officials. There are a lot of them here today for their work, both at the state level as well as the city level. I want to recognize some council members that are here, Jim Motznick, Darlene Harris, and probably most importantly, the councilwoman from this district in the Hill District, Councilwoman Tanya Payne. Councilwoman, why don't you stand up and give a wave to the crowd? Thank you, Councilwoman Payne. I also want to congratulate and take a brief moment to congratulate the Hill District community. The county executive touched on it briefly about what this means. We're breaking ground today on a $290 million arena, a multi-purpose facility that will serve this community 365 days a year. But we're also breaking ground today on the future of this community and the opportunity that will present itself to the Hill District and to downtown Pittsburgh. And I've been a strong advocate from the beginning of this process to make sure that this is about more than an arena. It's about redevelopment of a neighborhood. It's about connecting the Hill District community to downtown Pittsburgh. And so I want to congratulate and also thank some of the residents that are here from the Hill District for the work that they've done. I look forward to our work together to making sure that this development is one that complements the entire city of Pittsburgh and links the Hill District to downtown Pittsburgh. And finally, to the Penguin fans, and thanks to the media, you all know that I'm a big Penguin fan myself, and I traveled to Detroit with you to watch those Stanley Cup games because we believed in the Penguins, and the excitement that they brought to this city last year is something that I know I won't forget, and I know that we have a bright future, and we're going to stand here in a few minutes and pick up some shovels and break some ground, but I have no doubt that within a very, very short time frame, Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to be standing exactly where we are in a few minutes, hoisting a Stanley Cup above their heads. Congratulations. Let's go, Pens.
You're watching the groundbreaking ceremony for Pittsburgh's new arena. You know, when Mario took over this team, he said, we're going to run it like a business. And he wasn't kidding. And he put a great team together, and one of the key people on that team was a man named Ken Sawyer, who, as the governor mentioned, was involved in this process from day one, crunching the numbers. And I can tell you that he is extremely proud to be sitting here today. He doesn't say much. He's very proud, though, of his participation in this and seeing it come to fruition. So let's introduce the CEO of the Penguins, Ken Sawyer. Ken?
Thanks, Steige. I'm honored to be here to speak on behalf of the Penguins organization at this most important milestone in the relationship between the Penguins, their fans, I can only say that about 10 times, as the governor mentioned, the residents of Pittsburgh, and all of Western PA. The Penguins are very, very grateful for the support they've received from their fans over the years, and the last 2 years in particular. It's no coincidence that we've played to capacity crowds every night since it was announced almost 18 years ago that we had an agreement for the financing of a new arena. Our players are inspired by the support the fans have given them, and that translated into a great run for the Cup last spring. We're very proud to be standing here at this time, ready to begin the building of a wonderful new arena that means several things for this community that have already been expressed, but I'd like to say them on behalf of the Penguins and from our perspective, because we're very proud to be part of that. What this means, the new arena, means that we're here in Pittsburgh forever. It also means, and part of being here forever, it also means that we're going to have the resources, finally, to be competitive every year. And thanks also in part to the salary cap that the NHL has now, we need not take a back seat to any other team in the league. This community has shown how it responds to a good product, for which we are very grateful. We now have reasons to be optimistic that the Stanley Cup will make repeat visits here to Pittsburgh over the years with these new resources and the great young team we have. The new arena means that we're going to have a state-of-the-art venue to host a wide array and increasing number of concerts, family shows, and sporting events offered at varying prices to ensure that this arena will be enjoyed not just by Penguin fans, but everyone in the region. It'll truly be a multi-purpose facility that the entire community will make good use of and help sustain the great quality of life we've come to expect and enjoy here in Pittsburgh. The exterior design and site layout has benefited directly from the input from members of the surrounding community. We believe that the materials we've chosen for the outside of the building and the very topography of this site speaks to Pittsburgh and the fabric of the city and the topography of the region. When we came to designing the inside of the building, our focus, of course, was primarily on the fan experience. As mentioned, without the fans, we wouldn't have this deal done. We wouldn't be here today. And we are dedicated to making the experience for hockey games and other events the best possible it can be. We also wanted to take advantage in the design of the magnificent vistas that Pittsburgh offers. You know, there's no other city, no other arena in North America that has views like this when you come out of it. And it's a main signature piece of our design that you'll be able to look back out from the arena and enjoy the beautiful skyline here. As we designed the inside, again, we reached out to fans. Our most important constituent, of course, are season ticket holders, and sought their input for some of our design elements. A very collaborative process, and we're very delighted to be part of that. The end result is a new arena that the entire community will be proud of, one that will result in new attractions coming to Pittsburgh, and one that will bring residents of the regions into downtown Pittsburgh most nights of the year for many, many years to come. In closing, I'd like to express, on behalf of the Penguins ownership and staff, our gratitude for the support we received from Governor Rendell, Commonwealth, Dano Honorado and the county, Mayor Ravenstall, the City Council, Tanya Payne. Tanya had the vision for this area. Thank you. And as well, the help and support of John Chalovich and Mary Contoro from the Sports and Exhibition Authority and their staff. The past 18 months has been extremely busy and challenging to assemble the right team to develop this project, get the arena designed, and in a position to break ground. Today marks the culmination of that effort. I would like to thank, therefore, the entire project team, our architects, HOK Sport and Astorino, our construction managers, PJ Dick and their partner, Hunt Construction Group, Urban Design Associates for their help with the site planning, and of course, our development representatives, Icon Venues, who have led this process for us with the help of the Sports and Exhibition Authorities representatives, Oxford Development, and Chester Engineers. This is truly a great day, not just for hockey, but for the Penguins staff, their fans, the city of Pittsburgh, and the residents of the entire region. Thank you all for being here to help celebrate with us. Thank you.
You're watching the groundbreaking ceremony for Pittsburgh's new arena. We'll have more of this FSN special presentation right after this. Okay, we're going to set this up kind of like a hockey team. We're going to put Mario in the middle of this groundbreaking ceremony. So let's put Mario at center, and then we'll bring the governor up. He'll be the left winger. He'll be the power forward on the left side of Mario, right? Well, there are no right wingers here, right? We're all Democrats. Come on up, guys. Everybody, come on up. Come on up, Luke. And we're gonna have we're gonna put you right here in the middle, Mary, over here by the. You gotta grab your shovels.
Hey guys, you're not gonna be if you're in their way. Like I don't want it to become like a free for all running towards you. Yeah, okay, so stay low. Come on back up. Yeah.
And have we'll put Mr. Honorato on the right side, so he'll be the sniper on the right wing, right, Dan? Mr. Sawyer and Mr. Morehouse are the defense, but Mr. Chalovich will be the coach, and Luke Ravenstall is in goal. That's our lineup. So. Okay, guys, dig in. Wow. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, gentlemen, for that. It was awesome, and we appreciate you coming out and taking the time. Thanks again. Thanks for watching this FSN special presentation.